months and all.
Some current content context. Well, the invisible contract is on full display, so let's chat, shall we? First, we're going to talk briefly about Prince Harry's libel claim that he pulled. He's still got others that he's pursuing. And then we've got the Living Legends of Aviation Award, followed by these two being hospitalized, which it doesn't even really need to be said, but we wish them all the best, speedy recovery of everything that ails them. And then finally this. The question is not, why does this American care? The question is, how did we go from Harry's award announcement to these two being hospitalized to the tabloids now saying what's going on in Harry's phone? They know whether or not he's called his family to this. And this is really what grinds my gears. They love to put Prince Harry's name in print alongside that weirdo Prince, his brother. I don't understand the narrative that they're trying to create here. These two could not be more different. I believe that the British royal family is obsessed with public relations. Just the right image is paramount for them to continue to receive the taxpayers' funding. Is constantly deflecting from their bad behavior, either something that they did in the past, or something that's going on right now, or something that's just right around the bend. Have always used Harry as a scapegoat. And now, Harry's family. I'll start off with the tabloid because the tabloids are the ones that are most quoted by the derangers in my comment section. So let's start with the story about Harry and Meghan's daughter's name, right? There's a gentleman who's on a book tour right now. He's trying to sell a book about the king. I'll never read it. But he speaks with such authority, both in print and on television. And it's almost like, okay, where are you getting this information from, sir? If we take a look at the second paragraph, he's speaking out of both sides of his mouth because I don't think he wants to get sued by Harry and Meghan, but he also wants to make money off of negative stories about them, right? So here he says, we don't know exactly what the conversation was, but we can imagine it was something like, Granny, great news, we are calling her Lilybet. And the Queen saying, oh, how nice. Or something like that because she hated confrontation. He is saying, and is he British? He's saying that his queen hated confrontation. She was the Queen of England. And then he goes on to say, what made her angry? Okay, all right, where are you getting your information? Is it Willie? I think it's Willie. And then again, just like I said before, they love to put Harry's name in print in the same area as this one to create a...
I wonder why they do that. Do you also wonder why they do put a Harry's name by Willie's name by Harry's name? Because Willie is like a non-event. He's like a nobody. He's the most hated prince on this planet, to my knowledge at least. Those people need to ask questions. They need to ask people questions around that same UK there to see their popularity. No wonder they're so threatened. Prince Harry is a star. And this boring guy is just an angry man. I mean, who want to hang out with some angry person? His aura is dark. He's cursed. Have you ever seen a son calling his mother delusional after everything that was happening to his mother because of power? I mean, seriously, people. And of course, they need to put Harry's name there to amplify his little poor name, a boring name that's fading away.
Negative correlation, in my opinion. So let's go to their news sources for the information about the lawsuits, okay? It says here that Harry dropped one of the claims, and the reason why, and we can trust it because it is a Harry and Meghan spokesperson, the reason why is that the Duke would like to focus on the safety of his family, which makes all the sense in the world to me because everything that we know about his character, he's a family man. Harry is the family man, not Willie. Harry puts his family first. I don't understand why they won't allow him to even pay for armed security, especially when his dad is the King of England. It's bizarre. bizarre. So let's just wrap up with this story, okay? Once again, Prince Harry is being associated with the most celebrated people on the planet. And what does his home country do? Well, according to this article, they criticized and mocked the award to the point where the organizers had to come out and say something about it. Like, which should be embarrassing for some people over there. But with that said, I believe that Harry accepted this award out of all the others because, I believe that both Harry and Meghan are offered many awards. But I believe that Harry chose this one not only because of the prestige, but also because it has to do with aviation, his profession, and also this final thing. This nonprofit is created to inspire children's interest in aviation. What an amazing award. Cruel and petty British narrative about a British prince of a husband and his American biracial wife is just so wrong on so many levels. It is definitely the wrong message to perpetuate. And honestly, I believe that the derangers, the classic derangers, are few in number. I really do. They're just so loud. I believe that there are more of us, people that respect Harry and Meghan, people that appreciate the fact that they show up and do good work. What are your thoughts? Because honestly, I could go on all day.
Yeah, I definitely believe it's more of us, the people who want the best for Harry and Meghan. Those derangers, they're just a little bit too loud because they have bigger platforms. They have TV. They have televisions. So, when you have that television, it's telling the vision of lots of people, lots of lies. And some people, I believe only 1% of those people really believe in these people. Or let's put 10%. Let's give them the benefit of doubt. They probably have 10% of humans, terrible humans behind them. Those people who are just kind of like, they are alienated. They are brainwashed. Those are their followers. Not, and this part here is really kind of concerning. Guess what? I'm so happy with everything that's happening to the Middletons. I'm super happy that they haven't been all seen since Christmas. Except we saw Pippa jumping on the yacht somewhere. Because that's what the Middleton girls do best. Social climbers. So apparently before Prince Archie was born, Middleton went walking around with some with some people, walking with the future king of England on the streets, and they met some dog walkers, and that Prince Archie, George told the dog walker his name was Archie, and that was in January 2019. Prince Archie was not born yet. Prince Archie was born in May, right? Yes, but this article was written in January. Let me put this one here so y'all could hear with your own ears. I'm so glad that Carl Middleton got humiliated by the press, by the UK press. They exposed her bankruptcy and everything around here. Everybody's mocking them. They hustlers. Let's listen.
Context to a story from 2019. Good palace PR doesn't happen by accident, right? And a cover-up story doesn't drop without elements of truth in it, but with enough misinformation to support deniability for those who actually did the leaking. Anyway, it's interesting because we used to see Granny Carol alone with her grandbabies regularly, but after this story, not so much. Now, the invisible contract. What is it? It's a tool which allows the royal family firm to covertly promote positive sentiment to the public in order to justify their continued existence. It is a public relations agreement, right, with the British press, whatever. The tabloids will hide negative or embarrassing stories that they've uncovered in exchange for something with similar appeal, otherwise, similar money. is going to be generated from these headlines. Anyway, maybe it's a distraction story. Maybe it's a full-blown lie, or maybe it's one with just a little bit of spin, like this example that I'm about to share. Months before Prince Archie was born, this story originated in The Sun, a British tabloid press publication. Then it was picked up globally.
But The Sun had this report over the weekend that Prince George, 5 years old, has a secret nickname. I'm not even really sure if we should call this a nickname. It's kind of confusing. The headline is kind of wild in the Sun article. Call me Archie. Prince George tells a surprised dog walker that he is actually called Archie. It's such a crazy news item. It got picked up everywhere. I was just imagining being blasted in from a different planet and trying to make sense of this headline, or what an alien would assume was trying to be communicated. So Julie, the story is that George was reportedly out with his grandmother, Carol Middleton, and, quote, and I think we just have to stop after this to assess, a dog walker came across him playing with younger sister Charlotte in a stream near the Middleton family home in Berkshire. Now, where is this path? Is it surprising to you that it's so easily accessible to this random itinerant dog walker? This whole scene seems kind of wild.
And it probably seems wild because Prince George is in direct line to the British throne. And we all know what happens when regular folk or, plebeians cross paths with royalty unexpectedly. Anyway, another publication, not a tabloid British press publication, not part of the Royal Rota, gave a much more reasonable account of how the name Archie was revealed to the press from the British royal family. Knowing that only one high-ranking royal is widely known by his nickname, and he and his wife gave their children nicknames as first names. What did the cut have to say? Well, they started off with what likely happened, and that is 5-year-old Prince George was told his new cousin's name in advance of the new cousin's arrival or birth, right? And then the cut went on to basically give ridiculous alternatives because basically anything outside of that is insane. Magical creatures, demonic intervention, whatever. If you want to read the rest, just pause it here. Have we seen Granny Carol with her grandbaby since this silly spin of a story was leaked? The invisible contract includes silly spin stories, but it also includes the most hateful of stories, perpetuated by the worst sorts of people.
Terrible.
Giving content.
So, to those who think Carol Middleton is innocent, she's being accused for nothing around here. She's another racist. And guess what? Because she's a social climber and she saw a smart, beautiful Meghan Markle, she felt threatened because she wanted her daughter to be the popular one, most popular with no skills. How are you going to be popular when you can't even talk before people? You can't even present anything and make people really hear what you said. You mumble in the public. How are you going to compete with somebody like a Meghan Markle who's natural as public speaker? She was born like that. It wasn't too late. You should have taken your daughter and teach her. Because remember, it said, I believe Princess Diana said it herself, when she was married into that family, she couldn't talk. She couldn't perform any public speaking, but she had to learn. And she turned out great afterwards. The key here is learning. Instead of being jealous of other people's daughters, you should have taught yours. You raised her, didn't you? And you wanted her to be the queen. Why didn't you take her to schools where she could learn how to public speak? And she went and learned the history. What kind of presentation lots of people do in history? I don't believe they do lots of presentation in those schools. And if they do, I do not believe if your daughter even presented lots of significant anything in school, because we can see the skills. understand we have shy people, but guess what? You practice. You keep practicing. And some people who can't public speak, you know what they do? They go to the doctors and they ask for propranolol. It's a beta blocker. It calms their anxiety down, and then they end up speaking publicly. Then you need to take your daughter somewhere and teach her. Where is she? Where is she now? Is she learning how to public speak? It's never late to learn. Stupid jealousy. Where are you now? Karma caught up to you. You broke everybody. Broke y'all. Broke. And the terrible thing about your brokenness, they took it and exposed it to the media. They have papers, even coming from the creditors. They posted stuff before your business, the party pieces, and one guy ended up buying it. Where are you now? Are you still leaking stuff to the press? Allegedly, this lady also used to do the same. Prince Andrew's wife, Fergie. They call her Free B. That's her nickname around here. It's not coming from me. It's coming from the press, from the media here. Their tabloid media. They exposed everything at Carol Middleton. It's not allegedly. It's alleged. Well, it's still alleged because nobody's taking her to court. We haven't taken her to court. But it was reported here. Look at Daily Mail. Look at Independence. Look at Cosmopolitan. Look at everything there about this Middleton is here. Where is she now? Is she still walking around there looking for dog walkers to tell on Archie's name before she's born? You are so low. That's just how low life people act. They just won't change. It doesn't matter what kind of environment you move them to. And these people here have a biography for Kate Middleton. They're like, well, her parents used to be like some middle-class rich people. What kind of middle-class rich people serve sardines and cookies on airplanes? And dispatch airplanes. I don't see lots of rich people coming from that one. The richest came from the Middle East, where allegedly the dad went there, took some kind of contract, and that's how he made that money and built this business. That the business went back home. You'll be surprised that business had like a really lots of fraud on it. That's why those people prayed for karma to catch up to these people. What a shame. And are you sure the UK monarch is going to be really happy about this? The guy, when he becomes a monarch, William, with his wife being from this kind of family with this reputation. So they say the Kate is hiding because they're calling her racist. But let's listen to this proof of racism towards Meghan Markle.
More context on this painting. So this is one of Willie and Katie's most favorite paintings because they actually put it in one of the rooms of their apartment at Kensington Palace. They loved it so very much that it has pride of place in one of their main salons. So the painting is titled The Negro Page. That's the title of this painting. In their home, right? It is of an enslaved black child in their home. And not just in their home, in the home where they hosted the first Black American president and his wife. You can see, once again, from my previous post, the label is right behind that lamp, which is right behind Michelle. And because of the invisible contract that Willie and Katie utilized to their benefit, all the articles and the fallout after this were super positive for them. Here's one article. How Kensington Palace aides, I call them court jesters or courtiers, hid nameplate on painting with the word Negro on it, just moments before William and Kate entertained the Obamas. So here's one article that is very pro Willie and Katie, obviously, written by Marina Hyde. Okay. She goes on to explain why it's okay, from her perspective, to have that painting up, because lots of people have these types of things. She talks about her family and their racism. So this is about all I can stomach from the research. So let's just end with the greeting that the Obamas received. Wait for it. Tell me what you think.
Did y'all hear the explanation about the portrait in these people's home? I couldn't show you guys the video, but you can still Google it. And this white girl's name is Pivoti on what do you call it? On TikTok. So you can go follow her there. Yeah, she also is a Sussex squad, and she supports Harry and Meghan. And she does a good job about it, and she performs her good research about it. And the video she was talking about Barack Obama's reception in that home with the picture of a little black kid with the cows. The picture just looks as dark as possible. It looks like the spirit of picture wasn't really, it's not something that I would want to see. So let me just stop it to that. So yeah, they have that painting in their home. And remember when they asked William in Jamaica if they were a racist family, he said no. Only racist person can have those kind of pictures in their house. What are you getting from looking at that kind of paint? What are you looking? What? Okay, let's stop with that part. So the way Barack Obama were welcomed by these two people, by Kate and William, and there was Prince Harry there as well. At least he gave Michelle Obama a hug, and Kate and William just greeted him a certain way. There was no red carpet whatsoever. They were just received like commoners, like they were nobody. I believe that video is somewhere for you all guys. Maybe go around and just Google Barack Obama received by Kate Middleton and William. Those people have no respect for black people. Only this video is telling it. It's telling you everything. And this portrait in their house. So now, when they really spoke about her racism, clearly, she disappeared. If that's the case. Well, people, I can't talk anymore. This is just sad. Very sad. So my people, please subscribe to Isabella Back's channel, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to all of Sussex Friendly channel, and also do not forget to pray for our sister Church Nelly. I haven't seen her, and I hope she's doing well. So y'all pray for this sister, and we're gonna meet on Isabella Back's tonight. I'm sorry I missed on Tuesday because I had lots of stuff to do. I'm also getting ready to move in a few days, so I'm super busy. So if you don't see me, yes, so guys, but you're gonna see me around. I'll show up. I'm gonna move in these few days here, and everything is gonna be all right. I love y'all. Y'all take care, and bye-bye.